there's no place I'd rather be.
You're right, people, and here you can see my mug again. I got nominated by Mopar-no-car to do the YouTube tags, challenge, questions, you know, the 11 questions thing. Now, before I start, I had the weirdest, like, random morning. Long story short, I got the day off, thought I'd do a bit of YouTube, but I thought I'd have a nice breakfast, so I've done a traditional British fry-up. Sat down in the lounge, and there's a log burner in the corner. Wasn't lit or anything. Eating away, watching the TV. Ting ting, ting ting. I thought, what the hell's going on there? Made nothing of it. About a couple minutes later, ting ting, ting ting. I look, in behind the glass is a little crow. And I'm like, what the hell? Got my housemate, came down, so we all shut the doors. Left the patio door wide open and opened the door, and this baby little crow, probably what, about that in size, just poked his head out and looked around and was like, what's going on? Looked fit as a fiddle, don't get me wrong, so it couldn't have been there very long, and literally walked along and just walked up to us, and it was the most adorable thing I have seen in a very, very long time, just looking at us. And we were like, go on. And it walked out, flew around, came back down, looked at us, must have said thanks or something in its way, and flew off again. So, just a little thing of life can be wonderful sometimes. So, without further ado, let's crack on with the questions. Now, why did you start YouTube? Now, I answered this question in the TMI tags video, but I beat around the bush a bit. I love YouTube. I love watching it. There's so much different variety and people being creative, and you know, you get really abstract videos and stuff. And I was there having a bit of a creative background myself. I wanted a piece of that pie, you know, and I wanted to get into it because I get bored when I'm not doing something creative, and doing YouTube, I can do whatever I want within reason. I can meet new people like I have. I can help people. It's just, I wanted to do it because I wanted to try something a bit different, and I enjoy it. Well, you know, really, really enjoy it. How do you come up with your YouTube name? Long story short, I would rage an awful lot in gaming, but not vicious or anything like that. It's just like the lag. I would just proper rage, but somehow I would get, when I would rage, I would do better in first-person shooters, and friends of mine were like, they would deliberately try and get me to rage to do better, so that's how the name came about. It was just Raging Chaos that seemed to suit me, and the channel was Chaoses, you know, all over the place, so Raging Chaos, smack them together. How long have you been doing YouTube? Now, I started YouTube many, many years ago, doing Call of Duty Black Ops 2 montages and things like that. I had to go off, do college and uni, and my education came first, and that's why about 3-4 months ago, maybe a bit longer, I went, screw it, I've got some free time now, you know, I'm a bit more settled somewhat, I thought I'd get back into it. So 5 months, let's say, 4 or 5 months, and loving it. What do you use to record? Now, there's 2 different things I use to record. On-screen stuff and webcam stuff, I use OBS. But when I am doing in-game stuff, like my Let's Plays and the gameplay that's in the background right now, I use DxTory to actually record it. Brilliant, brilliant software. It's a bit of a difficult game to get your head, difficult software to get your head around, but it's very, very useful that you can record separate audios. It allows you to have different audios. So say if I'm doing a collaboration with someone, I can have my gameplay audio, then my mic audio, and then the Skype audio all separately. So if I suddenly sneeze when someone's saying something witty or something important, I can crop that little bit out. and it's really good at 60 FPS, 1080p recording. Can't fault it. Only thing I can fault it on, it won't record Java, so can't get it all the way. Number 5. What do you use to edit? Now, I did start off with VideoPad when I first started coming back into it with the Dawn of War and discussions and stuff. I then went over to Sony Vegas Pro, and it was a learning experience. It's so many choices, but it's like, whoa, where do I go? But Sony Vegas Pro. How did you decide on these tools? Basically just research and watching other YouTubers, discussing with them, but then a bit of trial and error on my side, going, what did I feel comfortable using? Simple as. Number 7, bit of a difficult question. On average, how long do you spend on each video editing? Now, if it's a Let's Play video, like my Dawn of War, it's not too difficult. I go in, and I have my intro, have my gameplay, have my outro, and have, move the previous video to do the outro bit. What I have to do though is my Snowball Ice mic will pick up the fans in my PC and stuff. So having that separate mic audio, I go into Audacity to then remove that fan noise. So that's the long-winded bit, but probably at most for a Let's Play about 30 minutes editing and jiggling it around and things like that. However, for my CSGO funtages, that's a different story. Cropping it out, putting in the fun little noises and the animations and things like that. What was it? The last one I done took me about 3-4 hours to put it all together and fine tune it and have all the emotives, and finally doing the intros. My like the Battlefield 3 intro, cropping that all together, that took a good couple hours. So simple Let's Play and discussions and stuff, half hour to an hour. More in depth funtage, more crop stuff, 3 to 4 hours. I've done a bit of kung fu there. Number 8. Do you make your own thumbnails? Well, I hope so. Yes. What do you use to make the thumbnails? Photoshop. Love it. But I did for a while before I had my Photoshop back from student licenses and stuff like that. I was using Pixlr, and I even used Paint right at the very beginning, but then I went back through and updated my old thumbnails. Who makes your intros and outros? Myself. Simple as using Sony Vegas, Cinema 3D. One moment, just Cinema 4D. Sorry. I did use Blender for a bit, but it gave me a headache rendering and stuff, so gave up with that. Cinema 4D and Adobe After Effects is for my main special intro, and then the more Let's Play cinematic ones is Sony Vegas. Now, finally, would I ever quit YouTube? Not really, no. The only way I would ever quit YouTube is if I physically I didn't have the time, and I mean physically as in if I had a massive promotion, became really quite high up in some retail or some business, and like a regional manager running around slugging my guts out, I would only ever quit YouTube if I physically didn't have the time to put the time in. The most I would ever do is cut back my content, if that makes sense. I wouldn't ever quit YouTube because I enjoy it. I enjoy entertaining people. I enjoy making people laugh, and enjoy, even if it's 5 minutes a day, I make that person feel happy, I'm happy. And number 12, if there is a number 12, is I got to nominate 4 people to do the tags video. Now, the usual people I would pass this on to have already been nominated. I'm fairly late doing it, I do apologise. So I've got 4 people on this screen, so I remember who they are. But I do apologise if I didn't call you out. It's nothing against you. It's just these 4 just went bing, straight into my head. First one, CyberHoudini. You got to do one. You do awesome let's plays and things like that. We want to know more about you. Now, Edison I. Same thing. Does amazing let's plays and discussions somewhat. And you see his webcam in the let's plays. But want to get to know you as in what you do for your YouTube. Thirdly, TheOniEks. I do apologise if I butchered your name. Same again. Like Edison, does amazing let's plays. Has this video webcam in there, green screen it I guess so you don't see the actual background, you just see him. Please get to know you more in YouTube. And finally, he's going to kill me for doing this. My younger brother, he's getting back into YouTube. And I want him to have this opportunity to show off why he wants to get into YouTube. He has his own reasons and it's give him a little stepping stone to jump off on. And I like to try and help people have that little step off to get onto YouTube, because it isn't easy at all for new people to get in because it is so oversaturated. So, recap for the 4 that I want nominated: CyberHoudini, Edison, TheOniEks, and Alone Alchemist, my younger brother. Okay, so I do apologise if I didn't nominate you, but hopefully you'll get nominated by them or someone else. Hope you all enjoyed to get to know my YouTube side of me a little bit better. And as always, if you did enjoy that video, give it a thumbs up, okay? And if you think, oh, wait a minute, some question you want to ask me that wasn't in the list, please put it in the comments. I'll be happy enough to answer it. And as always, if you ain't already a member of the Chaotic crew and you're interested, you like the content, smack that sub button down below. You're more than welcome to join. As always, you all take care. Chaos out. And I know it's disheartening that you put all this effort into your channel and you're like, oh, you know, I've hit a milestone. I just hit a milestone. Literally the evening before all this subs were lost. I lost 40 subs. I went from 609 down to